Hello besties, we are still touring Canada. In today's video, we are going to one of the most popular provinces in Canada, which is Ontario. Besties, I promise you guys that we are going to Canada province by province to dish out opportunities in each province. Besties, the truth of the matter is that information, they say, is power. There is a difference that you know where you are meant to be. You know your profession. You know your skills. And you identifying the provinces that really requires your skill, step to your success. It's better you are aware that yes, Ontario needs me, New Brunswick needs me, Saskatchewan needs me, and all that, all right? Then you don't even know where you are needed. You are just applying. It's just like people that are going to Canada on visitors visits. Someone that is a healthcare assistant going to a province that is not looking for healthcare assistants. How do you plan to get a job? So this is the same thing with what I am trying to push to you people, to make you people to understand that before you plan on going to Canada, it's better you sit down and map out a plan. What is my profession? What is my skill? Which province in Canada do I have chances based on my skill and my profession? And this is also majorly what I do in my one-on-one session. When you come, I will analyze you based on your skill, your profession. Show you on the screen. I use my program selector, check what you are doing, what you are into, and then identify where do you have chances, which province is looking for you, so that we channel all the energy to that province. In that way, you will be successful at the end of the day. Besties, today in this video, we will be discussing the occupations in demand in Ontario. Almighty Ontario. Yes, everyone wants to go to Ontario, right? Yes. So besties, if this sounds so interesting to you, you want to move to Canada, you want to know where is the best place for you to go, then this video is definitely for you. Hit the like button and like this video so that YouTube will recommend it to other people that will find this information valuable, and it's also a means of saying, Mama Positivity, kudos to you, you are doing a great job. You might also want to subscribe to my channel if you have not done so, because besties, hey, a lot is coming up on this channel, all right? Turn on post notifications so that each time I upload a new video, you will be the first to get notified. And may God bless you as you subscribe to my channel and as you like my videos. To all my returning subscribers, you guys are the real MVP. God bless you all. I am not taking your love for granted. You might also want to support me by sharing this video so that a wide people will be able to see this content. Besties, if you are joining me for the very first time, you are seeing this beautiful face for the first time, my name is Adeze. I make contents on relocation on this channel. You are welcome to the Positivity Gang. Just a subtle reminder, besties, I am not on Telegram as other kings. Anyone chatting you DM on Telegram is a scammer. I will never be in your DM on Telegram. I can only reply your DM on Instagram, and my Instagram handle is right here on the page. You can follow me on Instagram. You can as well follow me on my Facebook page. Thank you guys for the support. Let's go into this video. Yes, your captain, Mama Positivity, is on your screen. Besties, today we are talking about how to come to Canada as a permanent resident. If you are a foreign worker, yes, if you are a foreign worker and you are in demand occupation for Ontario, yes, and Ontario is targeting those in agriculture, construction, healthcare workers, trucking, and the rest of them. In this video, I am going to take you to my screen and show you the occupations that are in their demand in Ontario. I will also be showing you how to apply, the documents that you need before you think of going to Ontario, and I will be telling you what Ontario is looking at for them to actually nominate you to come to their province. Remember, what Saskatchewan is looking for is not what Ontario is looking for. The more reason you should stick with me, watch this video to the very end, so you don't come and start asking me, Mama, is my occupation is there? I'm going to show you all the occupation on the screen. All right, so that you know if you are qualified to apply or not. So besties, we will be discussing also everything you need to know for you to be successful in this program. All right, it's called the Employer Occupation in Demand Stream. All right, this program gives foreign workers the opportunity to reside permanently in the province of Ontario, especially those in agriculture, construction, healthcare, and other eligible occupations, which I will be showing you on my screen today. This stream is open to foreign workers inside Canada and outside Canada, that is those that are overseas. How does it work? First, you will create an expression of interest to the government of Ontario to express your interest of coming to Ontario to live and work. So when you create an expression of interest, then if they invite you, you will now apply for nomination. They call it OIMP, Ontario Immigration Nominee Program. All right, you will now apply to OIMP, and when they now nominate you, you will now go to IRCC and apply for your permanent residence. So these are the application steps. First, you have to create an expression of interest to the province of Ontario. The second step is to receive an invitation to apply. Let me let you know that on the 15th of August, the province of Ontario sent a lot of invitations to people that are in demand occupation to come and apply to them. All right. So what are you waiting for? So after you have received an invitation to apply, you will now move direct to the OIMP portal and start your application. Let's talk about the eligibility, besties. First, for you to qualify under the job offer in demand skill occupation in Ontario, you will first of all have a job offer from an Ontario employer. And your job offer must meet the following requirements. One, it must be a full-time employment. Full-time and also a permanent job offer. All right. Permanent means that there will be no end date on your employment, and full-time means that you'll be working a minimum of 30 hours per week. Second eligibility is that the job offer must be in an eligible occupation. All right. And this is taking us to the screen, besties. Let us look at the eligible occupation in Ontario for this stream. It is not every occupation that is allowed to come via this stream. So let's go to my stream now, besties. This, as you can see on my screen, this is the list of eligible occupations for you to come to Ontario. All right, via this means they said the position offered can be in any location in Ontario, inside and outside the Greater Toronto area, and must be in one of the following occupations. All right, National Occupation Classification TER category 4 or 5. The first we have is home support workers, caregivers, and related occupations. So congratulations to all of you that are healthcare assistants. You are in high demand in Ontario, and you must be the 4410, which is the home support workers. That's domiciliary care workers. Those going to people's home to render care. That is home support workers. We have the meat cutters and fishmongers. We have the construction trade helpers and laborers. Those of you that are serving medicine and all that, you are wanted. You have the specialized livestock workers and farm machinery operators. You have the livestock laborers. We have the harvesting laborers. We have the nursery and greenhouse laborers. We have the industrial butchers, meat cutters, poultry preparers, and related workers. So you guys, these occupations are in high demand in the province of Ontario. Coming down, besties, we have the second list, and they said this position must be outside the Greater Toronto area. So if you are in this category we are about to mention, you must be looking at getting a job offer that is not in Toronto. All right. So that is how you will be qualified for this category. So besties, let's go. City of Toronto, Durham, Houghton, York, and Peel regions. and must be in one of the following occupations. All right. So these cities I mentioned now, the job must not be in any of these cities. Then the occupations are machine operators, mineral and metal processing, metal working and foreign machine operators, machine tool operators, machine operators of other metal products, chemical plant machine operators, plastic processing machine operators, woodworking machine operators, industrial sewing machine operators, process control and machine operators, food and beverage processing, electronic assemblers, fabricators, inspectors and testers, mechanical assemblers and inspectors, industrial painters, coaters and metal finishing process operators, other product assemblers, finishers and inspectors, laborers in chemical products, processing and utilities. So besties, all these occupations you saw on my screen are the in-demand occupations in Ontario. So guys, let's see the third eligibility. The third eligibility is the wage. You have to ensure that you will be paid at least a minimum wage in the profession. How do you find out? You go to Job Bank, go to the filter section, right? There is a place that you will see the wage section. Check the wage section for that occupation and make sure that the amount that the employer wrote on the job offer matches at least the minimum occupation. The fourth eligibility is that the work you are coming to do is in urgent need by the employer, right? The fifth requirement is that your work must be done inside Ontario. All right, you cannot be nominated to come to Ontario to work and your work is in another province. No, the work must be inside Ontario. So guys, let's go to the applicant's requirements. The most important requirements that they need from you as an applicant. Number one is that you must create an expression of interest, showing your interest of coming to live permanently in Ontario. Make sure you receive an invitation to apply and you must apply within the deadline. The second eligibility is your work experience. Besties, for this pathway, in Ontario, they have got a lot of pathways which I will bring to you guys, all right? But for this particular pathway, you must have at least work for 9 good months, all right? You must prove 9 months work experience in the same job you are being applied to come and do. Let's say you want to come as a healthcare, as a caregiver, make sure you are in a paid work experience for good 9 months. The third eligibility is your license. If your job offer requires you to have a license before you can practice, you will make sure that you obtain your license first. All right. But the jobs that they listed here, I don't think any of them needs license anyways. The fourth eligibility is language requirements. They say you must be able to understand, read, write, and speak English or French, and they are looking at the CLB 4 or higher. All right. And they said for English tests, they are only accepting IELTS and it must be general IELTS. The fifth eligibility is your education. So besties, for this pathway, for the occupation in demand in Ontario, they are looking at you having a minimum of high school diploma. So you don't need to be a graduate for you to qualify in this opportunity. So they said once you have a high school diploma, that is secondary school, you are welcome to apply. But West must assess your secondary school. Many of you might not know that West also assesses your secondary school. Yes. So besties, if you are not a graduate and you are occupation fall in any of this occupation in demand, apply to West to evaluate your secondary school certificates. And once they do that, you will use it to apply for this program. Then another thing, they say that you have to authorize OIMP to assess your ECA. So when you have your ECA, you have to tell West to send your ECA to OIMP. So the sixth one is your intention to live in Ontario. You must show that you have intention to live in Ontario. And they assess it by trying to make sure you have a job offer, maybe that you have volunteered in Ontario. I mentioned about volunteering before. Let's go to my screen. Let me show you guys how you can prove your intention to live in Ontario. At my screen, you can see intention to live in Ontario, working or having worked in Ontario, getting job offers, applying to or interviewing for jobs, studying, volunteering, leasing or owning property, visiting, having professional networks, affiliates, family ties, and personal relationships. Why I told you guys that volunteering is important. Guys, the seventh one is legal status in Canada, if applicable. For those of you in Canada, no matter the province you are in Canada, you want to move to Ontario for permanent residence through this route, then you must show legal status that you are in Canada. So this is their contact information. If you have any questions for them, they say ask us a question by email at ontarionominee@ontario.ca, or you can phone them from Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at this contact you can see on my screen, besties. So if you really want to contact them in person, you can send them an email. All right. Besties, this is the form to register for the expression of interest in Ontario, Canada. All right. So I'm going to leave this link in the description box so that you can come here and create your expression of interest. But remember, you have to have a job offer first before you start creating your expression of interest. All right. Besties, the next thing is to check the document checklist for employers in demand occupation into Ontario. Which documents do you need to have before you start this application? Since the first document is the attestation, there is an attestation form. You will find it online. All right. So you have to fill the attestation, and you must sign the attestation form the same day you are applying for your expression of interest. The two dates must match. Second document is the identity document. You will have to bring a photograph of yourself, your international passport, the international passports of all your family members that will be coming with you. If you live in Canada already, you will show a status document that shows your status in Canada, such as the work permit, study permit, temporary resident visas, and any other documents. All right. So those of you that are in Canada as a visitor are required to apply. Employer documents. So when you get an employer, that is what the employer will give you called the employer form. So you must fill the employer form, sign it, and submit it alongside your application. The next document is job offer document. You must submit your officially signed job offer by your employer and yourself. Okay. The next one is license authorization. If your occupation needs a licensure, you have to send them a document that shows that you have been authorized to practice. Work history documents. All right. So you must bring a letter from your employer that shows that you have been working for them. That is a reference letter. The reference letter must be in the company's letterhead. All right. You bring the proof of your compensation. Yes, you submit your pay slips from your employer that shows that yes, this employer has been paying you. It can also be a letter from your employer detailing yes that they have been paying you. And if you are self-employed, you can show details that you are self-employed. That is education documents. You have to provide your ECA report documents for them. Next document is your IELTS result. You have to submit it to them. The next document is your CV. You must submit a copy of your CV to them that you used to get the job. So besties, with this route, both those inside Canada and outside Canada are eligible to apply. Those of you that are temporary residents in Canada, that's those of you that will be going to Canada with visitors visa, you are welcome to apply. So far, you were able to get an employer in Canada to give you a job. All right. Besties, this is it for this video. You can see the occupations in demand in Ontario. The next thing you should ask yourself is my occupation really in demand in Ontario? Do I think I can go through this stream? All right. The reason I first brought this opportunity in demand in Ontario is because it favors those of you that are healthcare assistants and those of you that does not have a degree. All you need is your secondary school diploma. You just have to get WES to access your secondary school diploma, and then you will use it and get started. I wish you guys the best of luck if you are trying this route. And if you find value in this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to my channel if you have not. And may God bless you as you do so. With that being said, besties, we'll be ending this video here. I wish you the best of luck. Ask your questions in the comment section. You can book my one-on-one section if you want more insights. The link is in the description box. And please don't forget to follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. Thank you, besties, for watching. I will see you guys in our next one. For now, bye, besties.